Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how I made this low poly Wirt from the show over the garden wall in Blender. So before I start talking about my process, I wanted to give a big shout out to Crashune Academy on YouTube because I used a bunch of their tutorials on low poly modeling throughout making this whole thing. But yeah, I'm back to working with Blender after like a whole year of not touching it. I got super busy with college and I just didn't have the time or energy to be working on hobbies, sadly. But it's summer now, so I wanted to refresh my very little knowledge of Blender with a small, low poly project. I totally forgot how to use this program, so for the first part of this recording, I was trying to get back into the workflow of using Blender. So I actually started with a flat plane for the face, which I had never done before, because I usually use a sphere for the head, and it was a little challenging. But I think it's better for shaping faces that are more elongated as opposed to more perfect circle faces. I decided to choose Wirt from the animated series Over the Garden Wall because that show is one of my all-time favorites and the character designs are simple but very recognizable. I'm actually going to dress up as Wirt for the Ren Fair this year, so I'm really looking forward to that. I took a lot of time trying to make the hair and head shape look somewhat correct, but I wasn't really aiming for an exact copy here. So now I move on to making the clothing by selecting the different parts of the body and scaling them up slightly. I never ended up merging the vertices of the actual body, and that made me run into some trouble while I was rigging later. Fun fact, I made the majority of this model while I was recovering from getting my wisdom teeth removed, because it honestly just gave me something to do. I really wish, actually, that I could live stream on YouTube right now, because I recently got into emulation of Nintendo 64 games, and I'm playing the, Zelda Majora's Mask right now. And I think it would be so fun to do streams on here once I'm able to. Now I'm making the cape by hollowing out a cylinder and extruding it to fit around the body. I also almost forgot to add the ears, so I did that real quick before moving on to marking the seams of all the parts of the model and UV unwrapping them. I'm still very new to working with UVs, so if you guys have any tips, feel free to leave them in the comments. I made the mistake of not making my UV scale for the face bigger, so that's why the features are a bit pixelated. I don't mind too much though because I was going for an older video game look. For the texture painting, I use my Huion drawing tablet because I prefer it to using a mouse. I know some people use their mouse to draw, but I'm not capable of that. I didn't screen record the process of me rigging this model because it was a lot of trial and error, and this video would have been a lot longer if I did. Overall though, I think making this model was a really good learning process, and I definitely know more tricks for when I make my next one. Thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please let me know in the comments. Bye!